While fall premiere is an awesome time for avid TV fans, the autumnal makes certain shows all the more exciting. Case in point, FX's American Horror Story, which returns every fall to scare the crap out of its viewers. The seventh, titled Cult, has been a doozy, as the political backdrop of the 2016 presidential election and the gruesome depiction of murder have made waves in its first few weeks. And while Evan Peters has been playing his character Kai with terrifying perfection, he's going to be portraying a bevy of infamous cult leaders before the ends. This includes legendary Andy Warhol, and now we have our first look at Evan Peters as the infamous artist. That resemblance is pretty uncanny. While Evan Peters will be playing a variety of historical figures before Oz Cult ends, I doubt he'll look quite as close to anyone else. Because from the hair, to the outfit, to the facial scarring, Peters looks like a dead ringer for the controversial artist. Evan Peters is going to be assuming the role of a variety of infamous cult leaders, including Charles Manson and Jim Jones. As such, Andy Warhol's inclusion may confuse some historians. After all, Warhol didn't encourage a group of vulnerable followers to commit heinous murders. Nevertheless, he did form a type of a cult at the height of his popularity in the 1960s. Because when Andy Warhol was creating some of his most famous pop art pieces, he was accruing a group of artist followers called the Factory, and the upper tier of them were dubbed superstars. The group mostly consisted of writers, artists, playwrights, and the like. And while the Factory was the name for Warhol's followers, it could also be taken literally, because it was this group who would help mass-produce his famous pieces, thus allowing Warhol to make oodles of money without having to pay anyone for the labor. Not quite as insidious as the Manson family, but it can still be considered a cult nevertheless. Evan Peters will likely debut his version of Andy Warhol in Cult's 7th episode. Titled Valerie Solanas Died for Your Sins, Scumbag, the episode will also reveal the first look at Lena Dunham's version of Valerie Solanas. Solanas is a radical feminist and author who is perhaps best known for her attempt to murder Warhol in the 60s. She had been a member of the Factory, but was enraged when Warhol refused to acknowledge a film script she had composed. It should be interesting to see how this real-life allegory relates to the narrative of American Horror Story Cult. While Kai's followers currently seemed to follow and obey his every move, perhaps one of the inner circle will have second thoughts and attempt to take the leader's life. The signs currently point to Alison Pill's Ivy Mayfair Richards, as she appears to be having doubts about the organization she got herself in. Maybe she'll finally do what's right, at the behest of her wife and son. American Horror Story Cult airs Tuesday nights on FX. In the meantime, check out our fall premiere list to plan your next binge watch.